All right, Miss Emily, they're all yours.
Okay, great. Oh, this.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I have that? And I don't have another video. Oh. Okay, so today I'm teaching you all a lesson about voting. Does anybody know what voting is? Okay, so you all know. What? Teach me about voting. So you pick what you like. Do you have choices?
Yes.
You do. What do we vote for? Yes, Travis. Yeah, what's in the whole country, this whole country, we vote for one person. What person do we vote for? Yes, Kayla. We vote for the president. And who is the president right now? Yes,
Obama.
Obama's the president because people voted for him. And so many people voted for him that he won out of the other person we could have voted for. We had 2 people. And then everybody, can everybody vote? Everybody who lives in this country?
Yeah.
Basically almost everyone, right?
Okay.
Like if you have a voting card, anyone can vote. Next year, we're voting again for another president, right?
Yeah.
In 1 year, Obama can no longer be president because he's been president for 8 years now. So now we have 2 more people we got to vote for.
Donald Trump.
That's one person you can vote for.
I'm voting for him right now. That's for government.
Well, you have to also be 18, correct, to vote. So next year, you cannot vote yet, but I can vote.
You're 18?
I'm older than 18.
I'm 19. 20?
I'm older than 20.
25.
I'm younger than 25. Do I look 25?
You're 22.
22.
Yes.
Okay, so now we're quickly going to watch this video, and it's just going to tell us a little bit more about voting. And you have to listen, because then you're going to have to do something about the video, okay? Can you all hear it?
If you push that mic, I think in the middle between CC, make it closer.
Reduced, reuse, recycle. Know who to vote for class president, do you? Both Becca and Liam would make great class presidents, but you can only vote for one. Moby, you have to vote. It's a part of being a good citizen. What is a citizen? Well, a citizen is a member of a group or a community. A citizen can be part of a small community, like a classroom, or part of a large community, like a city. Citizens help their communities. A citizen can help the community on his or her own, or citizens can work together to make their community better. When you work to help the whole community, you work for the common good. Some citizens lead the community, help keep us safe, or have special jobs that help it run smoothly. But everyone has a responsibility to be a good citizen. What is a responsibility? A responsibility is something you should do. Well, a responsibility could be doing chores at home, or doing your homework, or following the rules. It's also our responsibility to be respectful of people's cultures and obey laws. A law is a rule that tells you how to behave. There are laws against stealing and littering, and laws about wearing helmets and seatbelts. Laws can help keep people safe, make sure everyone is treated fairly, and protect people's rights. So, what is a right? A right is a freedom that is protected. The Bill of Rights is part of the Constitution of the United States. The Bill of Rights states that everyone in the United States has the right to assembly, which means we can gather and meet. And it gives people the right to protest. We also have freedom of speech and freedom of press. which means we can spread information and our ideas. We also have the freedom to practice different religions. The government's job is to protect the rights of its citizens. We have rights in school, too. Well, we have the right to be safe, but it's our responsibility to follow the safety rules. I guess being safe is a right and a responsibility, just like voting. Good citizens vote for leaders who they think will do a good job. But both Becca and Liam would do a good job. I don't think you should flip a coin to choose who to vote for. I don't think you should pick a name out of a hat, either. Why don't you just wait and listen to their speeches tomorrow?
Okay, so what is one thing you learned from the video? Yes. Yes.
That you have to decide wisely.
You have to decide wisely. You can't just if you're going to vote for someone, you can't just vote because everybody else is. You have to really think because it's you. It's what you believe in. It's what they believe in. And you want to make sure that you kind of believe in the same thing, right? Julian, what's another thing you learned?
I learned that this country has laws which are rules, and schools have rules too.
Travis?
Literally,
Yeah, literally is that. And then, okay, what's the responsibility? Yes, Lily. Okay, it's kind of like doing your chores. Yeah, you do your chores at home. What else? Yes.
Responsibility is something you should do.
Yeah, we all have responsibilities. And because we're all different, we all have different responsibilities, right? Mine are different than Miss Clark's, and yours are much more different than Miss Clark's because we're older. But then we don't have responsibilities you have. Do you understand?
Yes, I have those.
Okay. Yes, Julian.
I think that you don't have any responsibilities because you already did them when you were little.
Yeah, but then when you get older, you have more responsibilities. Like you have to get a job. And then when I move out of my mom's house, I have to buy my own house, right? And then I have to pay for that house. And I have to keep it clean. And I have to go to work every day. You have to come to school every day. You have to do your homework. Yes.
I learned about the rights and the safety rules.
And rules. Why are there rules? Yeah.
Safe.
What else? Same with yes. Do you? Okay. Why do we have laws? Yes. Good.
So if you break a law of doing a high speed limit in a car, you can crash.
And if we go high speed in a car, the law is set for our safety, right? And so we don't hurt ourselves or anybody else. So even our laws at school, who makes the laws at school? Or in this classroom, who makes the laws? Miss Clark makes rules. Who makes the rules for the whole school?
The principal.
The principal. Who makes the laws for the whole state?
Obama.
For the whole state?
The government.
The government. And in each state we have different governments. Like we have one big government, we have the president, so he makes the rules for the whole country. And then in each state we have we all have our own little small governments who are like, oh, because we're in North Carolina, we might need this instead of that. And so the states we're up north. Remember how a couple weeks ago we spoke about blizzards and how much it snows? They have different laws about when it snows than we do because we don't get that much snow.
No.
So each state has different rules that will keep us safe. Okay? And Obama does not necessarily make all of them, but he can make some of them. The government makes most of the rules. So the government, does anybody know what's involved or who is in a government? So it's Obama, it's a president, who else? Do you know what else? Do you know that? Okay, so the government, our government is split into 3 different sections, and that is so one person cannot tell us exactly what to do, because what if we don't agree with them, right? President is one section, but then we have 2 other sections that keep it equal and that think about every person in this country. Okay? So right now, I'm going to hand you out one of these, and you're going to think of it as a postcard. Do you know what a postcard is? It's something you send to somebody, right? And you tell them about, maybe if you're like visiting a different country, or if you're visiting Disneyland or like the ocean, you like send them a postcard of where you are, and you tell them everything you've been doing, okay? So I want you to write a postcard to anybody. It can be to me, it can be to Miss Clark, it can be to one of your parents, it can be to your sibling, it can be to your favorite celebrity, it can be anybody in the whole entire world, and you're going to tell them everything you know about voting and why the rules are important. Okay? Yes. Yeah, you can write to a singer and maybe your favorite movie actor, okay? So, you're all, not that one. You're going to get 2 colors of each for your table, and then you can select in between. You need to color. What color do you want? No, you only need one. You may.
You're ready to go here?
Okay, so you only need one, and then if there's extras, just leave them in the middle of the table. Yeah, you can definitely write samples, but you have to write about, thank you, you have to write about laws and voting. Yes, Brianna.
That's all you know about voting, Mariana. Everything you know about laws and voting. Okay, start writing it. Start writing it. Everything you know about laws and voting. Use your best.
Yeah, you can write about what you learned today. You can even write it to yourself if it's something you want to remember.
No, my sister.
If you want to write it, you may.
She
Write so bad. You know you don't write like that. Is that how you write? What a lot of shit.
Yeah, this one you can keep it.
I'm gonna pick a week.
can also draw a picture, but if you can write a few sentences, that would be great as well. And then you can draw a picture maybe.
I'm like B.
What does that have to do with
How you
writing?
spell?
Or
Remember how you
I
spell
gotta
R?
write
No, laugh.
Yeah. Yeah. And why are they safe?
I want you to tell me what you know about walls and you're telling
And people
somebody,
need to follow
right?
them, right?
Whoever
And
you're
something
writing
we
to.
all have to do. So
Good job, Brianna.
so everybody keeps everybody safe, right?
No littering.
A law is a rule that you follow.
But he's sorry there,
How about you?
he was like,
Just money, put on my desk.
look.
That's why I want
Okay, well, but if you're not I can't wait until Actually, I had this we don't get it. I don't believe it's about which we don't
Right there. You're off the phone a little bit lower.
It's like
How are we coming along? Okay, what can you tell me about voting? Why is it important?
We got the whole world. We got the whole world.
Yeah, and we all get a say, right? Like, even though I'm not running for president, I can vote for the president who I agree with, right?
I'm gonna get an easy bake.
You ready?
Oh,
I don't know.
Obama's been president for 8 years. Yeah, that's as long as I've been president. Actually, that's like 3 years. I'm not sure it was Ed. I've been living for 8 years. I was born in been living for 7 years. I've been here for 8 years. You ate 2:30.
Okay, girls and boys, I can give you like 3 more minutes. Yeah.
I asked my mom how to make this but I didn't know how to do it. Then you should know how.
Now, can you like if I'm
Hang out with her.
Damian, is that relevant? Okay, I was just checking. So that's the thing they want me to
How old are you? How old are you? What? Take this.
Is it relevant?
I don't know. Maybe just hold it.
I know how to do it.
And then you can show the girls. Okay, you ready? Read.
No.
It's a poll.
A long one, you have to write a long one. It would be
No,
a long, even how you spell right. R-I-G.
How is what?
Came to you. If you're not talking, you can talking.
You can, but not now. Not now. You can get trapped in class, okay? Okay. Girls and boys, can we listen for a minute? Is this one or two people who want to share what they wrote? Yes. Can the whole class listen? Okay, go ahead.
You gotta read it loud, loud.
Dear Miss Cat, I'm going to tell a kid. Knowing is the right thing to do. But if you want to know what it is, I will tell you. Let's say if you have 42 people and Miss Manning has 40 people and you will win.
That's very, very well written. Did everybody hear that?
No.
Does one more person want to read it? One of theirs?
Not me.
Yeah, do you want to read it?
I know, but what's my guessing for who you want to be vice president or president? Laws are rules that the president and government make. The president makes less rules than the government.
Okay, great. Did everybody hear that?
Yeah.
Okay. So now that is yours to keep, and then after class, you can give it to the person. If you wrote it to a friend or whoever you wrote it to, you can give it to them. You can give it to me and I'll give it to Marianne. Okay. Yes. Okay, wait. Can you hold on a minute? Stop. Can everybody listen?
I learned that voting is whoever gets the most votes, they win. I learned that the law keeps people safe from stuff that is nonsense
citizen because they keep you out of danger and they make sure you are doing the right thing and that you're being responsible and that you're being a good citizen. Does anybody remember what they said that citizen was from the video? Yes. Okay. Another question. A citizen, am I a citizen? Or are you all a citizen? Are you citizens? You are citizens because you're people of this country, right? And the country you live in, you become a citizen of. And when you're a citizen, which you all have to be citizens if you live in a place, if you live in a country, when you become a citizen, you make sure that you follow the rules and the responsibilities and you listen to the government and what they tell you. Because what they tell you is everything they thought of that will help you, or that will help the state, or the city you are in, or the school you are in. Does everybody understand? Okay. Another question. What time does class start? What time does school start? 7 o'clock? 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock in the morning.
About 8 o'clock in the morning, right? When does it end?
At 2:30.
2:30? Okay. Who came up with that time? Did Miss Clark come up with that time?
No.
Did your principal come up with that time?
Yes.
Or did the government of
The government.
of North Carolina come up with the time?
The principal.
Between government and principal. Is that what it's between?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know what we're going to do? No.
Let it roll.
We're going to go very quickly on who we believe came up with
Hey, listening. I like the way I see some friends doing a good job of listening. Travis, you're doing a really good job today. Okay, so
Okay, raise your hands if you think the government came up with a time to start school. And keep your hands super, super high in the air so I can count.
Of what? Principal of government?
The government. If you think the government came up with a time we start school every morning. Okay. 8 people think it was the government. Raise your hands if you think it was the principal of this school. Okay. 16, if I counted correctly, came up with that.
You came up with it.
It was the government.
So
Okay. Because every school starts at 8 o'clock. Every school, at least in North Carolina, starts at 8
I
o'clock.
want to do different times at school.
Different schools, but if it is like a public school, it starts at 8 o'clock. And most schools start at 8 o'clock.
But not us.
because what happens in second grade is you have to have so many hours of school. So you have to have a set time that you go. So if Miss Wheat decided, oh, I'm gonna let our school come in at 10:30, then we'd have to stay longer because we have to have so many hours. The government tells you how many hours you are required to go every year. You have so many hours you must go. You must get that time in. That's why when it snows, we miss days, we have to make that time up because we have a certain amount of time that we have to get in.
Okay. So does everyone understand that? So even though more people voted for the principal, that was not necessarily correct. Okay, so now we're going to talk about, I'll get it out. Now we're going to talk quickly about the government. Can we listen? We're going to talk about the government. And I said that there's like 3 branches of the government, right? Did I say that?
Yes.
Okay. So the first we have the president. He's one person who says something. Then we have Congress, and Congress comes there. They more think about us, and they think about what every person needs. So they think that, because what if the president said, "You have to have school over summer"? That's not fair, is it?
No.
So Congress are the people who are like, "No, that's not very fair. I don't want to send my kids to school over summer. Every single day, do you want to come to school? Every single day."
No. You have school in summer and the rest of the seasons we don't have any.
But what if they're like, "No, you have every season. You have to come to school."
No.
That's not really fair, right? And that's why we have different parts of our government. So one person cannot tell us exactly what to do. Or what if the president said, you have to walk everywhere. You can't drive, you can't ride a bike, you can't ride a motorcycle, you can't ride your scooter, you have to walk.
That's not
fair, right? So then you have other people who every state elects to a position, so like they're picked to be in a position, and they're like, no, we're going to allow motorcycles, we're going to allow cars, we're going to allow bicycles, but we're going to make sure that we drive at a safe pace, okay? Or we're like, oh, anybody can go on an airplane.
Yeah.
Anybody can go if you have
A ticket.
a ticket.
What?
If you want to leave the country,
I want to leave the country. I want to go to Canada.
so you need a passport if you want to go to Canada, right?
Shh, you can't hear when you talk. Listen.
Okay. So, in this classroom, if Miss Clark says, today we're going to be 100% silent, not one person can say a word. Do you imagine a day where you cannot say one word at all? But it'll be difficult, right?
How would we say how to say the answer?
Right? Exactly.
Just right on.
So-
How do we get to get our lunch? Oh.
So there's many questions you have to ask, right? So then your parents or you can go to Miss Clark and say, Miss Clark, I don't think this is fair because how am I going to ask questions? How am I going to get my lunch? How am I going to ask my friend this? How am I going to tell you anything? Right? Well, then Miss Clark can think about it and be like, okay, because the whole class complained and gave me very, very good reasons why. Yeah, like, because Miss Clark was like, no, like, they would not need to ever ask a question. And then your parent, your mom or your dad is like, no, I think my child is going to have to ask some questions. Then Miss Clark's going to have to think about that, right? And have to take what every person said into consideration. And that is how Miss Clark decides what happens in this classroom.
Oh.
And that's just one person for 26 of you, 24 of you? 26? Okay. So imagine if it's one person for like 2 billion people.
Oh,
That's a lot of complaining, correct? That is why in each state, and then in each town, we have somebody who is our mayor, who represents us. So we have a mayor of High Point, and he's someone who lives here, and he's much more easier to talk to or to get in contact with than President Obama is, because one, he lives here, and President Obama is in charge of 2 billion people, right? Yeah, we can't just stand in line and wait for President Obama to listen to us. Yes, Yasa.
Obama from Washington, not Washington like a governor from New York. It's not Washington in New York. Not the one it's in like America. The other one that's like all the way across the world.
Washington across the world.
Just
There's
Washington.
a Washington across the country,
Yeah.
but Washington, D.C., where President Obama lives. So our mayor represents us. So that's where your parents can go, you can go, I can go.
My mom and my dad.
That's really cool. But that's where Miss Clark can go and say, hi, Mr. Mayor. for my classroom, I think we need this. I think every school should have this. And then the mayor will go to the president and ask. Instead of all of us going, it's easier to send one person, right? So the mayor of our city represents us. It's the person who speaks to us. Okay, do you have any questions? Do we understand? Yes, Brody.
How old is
Barack Obama is our president, our mayor. I don't know the name. Barack Obama? I don't know how old he is. I think he's in his 50s. I don't. Okay. Girls and boys, can we listen?
Are you listening?
For the last activity we're going to do is you're all going to, I can either give you one more of these out, or you can write it on a piece of paper in one of your books or folders, and you're going to write 3 questions you have, or like that have been answered, so like 3 questions, or you can draw an elaborate picture explaining something. So if you if you draw a picture, it can't just be of a tree. So I'm going to look at it and be like, oh, that's a very pretty tree. What does that mean? So it has to be a picture, if you draw, that you can give somebody who's not in this class, and they can look at it, and then they can say, oh, this is a school. And the school is following these rules. Okay? Do you understand? It's for yourself. No, you're keeping it. This is something you're going to keep, but it's something that next week you can give it to your mom if you want. But it's something that next week, if you forget what we spoke about, you can look at it and it'll remind you, okay? Yes, sir.
Are we going to take both of them home?
Put this, what you wrote, the postcard, very pretty folding. That is, you're going to give this to somebody. So if you're going to take it home to give it to a parent, you're going to take it home, give it to a parent. If you're going to give it to a friend in this classroom, you're going to give it to a friend in this classroom. And then the picture or the question you write, that's for you, but you can also give it to someone.
When you get home, will like together like a small book?
You may, yeah. I'm not going to take them home, but you can. Okay? So raise your hand if you want yellow. You want yellow? Raise your hand. You want yellow? No? Okay. Raise your hand if you want purple. You're voting for purple right now. Okay, raise your hand if you want pink. Raise your hand if you want blue. Okay.
I think that's
Yeah, you can write your, so on this, you write your 3 questions, or you draw a picture. But the questions have to be something like, who can be president? That's a good question to ask. Because can anybody in this whole entire world be president of the United States?
Yes.
No, you have to be born in the United States. Yes.
I don't want. I could throw everyone like a football.
Can everybody listen to Lily's question? Because I thought that was a very, very good question. Lily, can you just say your question again?
Sure.
Can everybody listen?
Sure.
Can you ask the question? Can everybody be quiet?
I'll mix up.
Yeah. So if you add some to your playgrounds, who would you ask for that? Would you ask Miss Buck, the principal?
Principal. Yes, the principal.
Wait, so you could ask maybe that as a question. Like, if I want space, who do I ask? That's a good question to ask.
Shh. Listening.
Okay, so write either 3 questions or draw something.
We almost know.
About what you learned today. Do you have any questions? You can draw like the right questions. Something that you're learning today. Something that you're doing. So if you're like in the video they said don't learn a so maybe you can draw yourself So you can draw something you learned today. Okay, so it can be you following the rules. So you can be like picking up litter or like trash. Okay, you can also draw you cleaning up your room because that's a responsibility you have at home, right? You can do both as well. Yeah. You can draw a White House. Yeah. The White House because we learned that yeah, like Julian said he's going to draw himself standing up for someone. That's a great responsibility we have, right? Because if somebody's getting picked on, then we should stand up for them.
Come on.
Yes. Alright, important.
I'm leaving. I don't. It's not me. Yeah. Brody, stop making that noise. It's annoying. Now I need to take it. Man! I'm going to tell you. You don't mind. I don't know. Stop making that noise. I
Like even if you make something that's not yours, like if it's friends.
Yes, yes.
Okay, how are you all coming along here? You wrote 3 questions. Brody, did you draw or write questions? Yes. I love it. Okay, girls and boys, have you finished? Raise your hand if you finished. Raise your hand. So do you think most of us has finished? Keep your hands up in the air if you finished. If you're finished with your hands in the air. Travis, count how many hands are in the air. Don't count mine, because I'm not.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, you're all going to have
9.
1 more minute to finish.
I'm done. 10, 11, 12. That's your number. That's your number. 14.
We would have made it.
I think including
Okay, can one person read me 3 questions they wrote? Yes. Can we all listen to the questions you wrote? Go.
Why is voting important? Why do we have to vote? Why do we have to be 20
Those are really good questions, right? Yes, go Isaac. Oh, Isaac drew a picture. John, tell us what you drew.
Somebody picking up trash, yeah.
Picking up trash because that's our responsibility to do, right? Is to keep it clean. Yeah. So he said that he drew a picture of President Obama and people voting. That's great. And she drew a picture of the White House because who lives in the White House?
Obama.
So President lives in the White House. Yeah. That's great. So you all drew, yes. Can we all listen to Preston?
Why does the government
I like it. So these questions, because Ms. Clark is now going to continue with the voting, and she's going to teach you more about voting. So these questions you can ask her, right, when she's like teaching you about it. If you, Ms. Clark. So if you wrote a question, you can like ask Ms. Clark when she's teaching you about voting. Okay. And then if you can give, if you wrote something, a postcard for one of your friends in the classroom, you can give it to them. And if you wrote it to your mom or your dad or somebody who's not in this class, and then you can just put it away. You can just keep it until you give it to them later.
You start the game. Who's the leader?
The leader? Of where? Of this school? What do you think? principal of this class is the president of High Point University. Austin Spain. You always watch John School. You do?
Yes.